Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's lesson. So, have you ever read a sentence and felt confused how the ideas connect? Well, that's where grammatical signals come in. These are words, phrases, or punctuation marks that guide the reader and make it writing clearer and more structured. So, in this lesson, we will discuss the functions of grammatical signals, their types, and examples to help you become a better writer and communicator. So let's get started. So what are grammatical signals? So these are words, phrases, or punctuation marks that guide the reader in understanding relationships between ideas in a sentence or paragraph. It helps indicate sequence, contrast, cause and effect, or emphasis, making communication clearer and more structured. So I know that you're familiar with transitional signals already. So basically, grammatical signals are like the umbrella term of all the signals we use in writing or communicating. So it helps organize the ideas we need to say or write. So there are four functions of grammatical signals. So first we have clarify meaning. So grammatical signals help make meaning clear so that the reader can easily understand the relationship between ideas. Without them, writing might seem confusing or disconnected. So it is important because without grammatical signals, a reader may struggle to see the connections between ideas. Clarity ensures that the message is conveyed exactly as intended. Imagine reading without grammatical signals. Makes you it makes it hard to understand what you're reading. So the second function is we have indicate relationships. Grammatical signals show relationship between different ideas in a sentence or paragraph. They can indicate cause and effect means it tells why something happened and its result. So it also tells contrast, showing differences between two things. And last is the sequence. It tells order of events or steps in a process. So it tells different relationships of ideas. So these signals prevent confusion and ensure that the reader understands the logical flow of ideas. The third function is we have improved coherence. So coherence means that sentences and paragraphs flow smoothly without sudden jumps or confusion. So grammatical signals acts as bridges between ideas, preventing writing from feeling choppy or disorganized. So imagine reading sentences like I love reading books in period. Science fiction is my favorite period. So it felt like it is choppy and disconnected. But when with grammatical signals, you may read it as I love reading books. For example, comma, science fiction is my favorite. And in addition, I also like fantasy novels. So these makes the idea smooth and connected. So if writing lacks coherence, the reader may feel lost or overwhelmed. So transitions guide the reader through the text, making it more engaging and easier to follow. Last function is organize ideas. Grammatical signals help writers structure their thoughts logically, making their arguments or explanations more effective. This is especially important in essays, reports, instructions, and narratives. So, good organization makes writing easier to understand and ensures that ideas are presented in a logical and structured way. So, through grammatical signals, we make our ideas organized and it's easier to understand. So, to recap, there are four grammatical signals. We have the clarify meaning. It ensures that the reader understands the connection between the ideas. Indicate relationships. It show cause and effect, contrast, or sequence. Improve coherence. It makes sentences and paragraphs flow smoothly. And lastly, the organized ideas. help structure thoughts logically for clear communication. So by mastering grammatical signals, we can improve our writing skills, enhance ability, and communicate these ideas more effectively. So next, we will learn more on the examples of grammatical signals. Here are the examples of grammatical signals. First, we have the transition words which connect ideas. So it acts as bridges between sentences. So there are four types of transition words. First, we have the time order signals. It shows sequence of events. Example. First, we went to the store. Next, we visited the park. Finally, we had dinner at the restaurant. So the words first, next, and finally signals the sequence of events. So what happened first and then what happened next. And other words than these are before, after, next, later, subsequently, meanwhile, and there are other words that can be used as time order signals. Next, we have the cause and effect signals. It show reasons and results. Example, she was late because her bus broke down. The word because signals the cause and effect relationship. So, another example, he didn't study. As a result, he failed the test. Other words in this are so, thus, hence, due to, since, leading to, and resulting in. And there are other words which can be used as signals for cause and effect relationship. Another is we have contrast signal. It shows differences between ideas. Example, I enjoy going to the beach, but I don't like the sun. So the word but signals the contrast. Another example, he was feeling tired, however, he continued working. Although it was raining, they went for a run. So the words, however, and although signals differences of ideas. So other words in these are, on the other hand, despite, whereas, and yet. And there are other words that can be used as contrast signals. And last type of transition words is addition signals. It adds more information. So example, I have to finish my work and I need to study for the test. The word and signals that there is an additional idea from the first idea. Another example, she is very talented. Moreover, she is kind and thoughtful. So the word moreover con- signals connect the two ideas, which is she's very talented and she's kind and thoughtful. So other words than these are also besides, what's more, equally important, and additionally. Another example of grammatical signals are the punctuation mark, which clarifies meaning. As I have said earlier, grammatical signals is the umbrella term of all the signals we use in writing or communicating. So it includes also the punctuation marks. So first we have the commas. It separates ideas in a sentence. Example, he studied hard, comma, so she passed the test. It separates the idea which is he studied hard and he passed the test. And take note of the word so. This is also a cause and effect signals or the transition word. So in using grammatical signals, you can use both the punctuation mark and a transition word to clear or organize the thought in a sentence. Another examples is I bought apples, oranges, and bananas at the store. To separate the ideas of which fruit it is, we can use the punctuation. Next is we have the period. So it show the end of a sentence. Example, she enjoys reading. Period. He plays the guitar. It clarifies that that is the end of the sentence. Another punctuation marks we use as grammatical signals are the quotation marks. it indicate direct speech. The example here, he said, comma, so it separates the ideas of who said it in the thought what he said. So then the quotation marks indicate this is the direct speech. So I will meet you at 5 p.m. Another example is she asked, comma, did you finish your project? So in indicating direct speech, we need to use quotation marks to clarify that that is what the author have said. Another is we use the apostrophes. So it is used to show possession. Example, Liam's book is on the table. So Liam's here is not just in, it's a noun, but it acts as who owns the book. So it's Liam. So it shows possession. Another is this is Maria's notebook. So the next example of grammatical signals is we have the conjunctions. It joins It join words or clauses. These are the words that link phrases or clauses together. So earlier we have the transition signals. It clarify or it shows connections. So and in punctuation marks it clarifies meaning. And in conjunction it connects, it joins words or phrases. So we have first the coordinating conjunctions. It is a word or phrase that connects two or more equal grammatical elements. So it means these are two independent clauses. So the common coordinating conjunctions are the fanboys, which are the for, and, nor, but, or, yet, and so. Example here, I wanted to go out, but it started raining. So in coordinating conjunctions, so the but here join the clauses. But these clauses are two grammatical or two equal grammatical elements. It can stand alone. So I wanted to go out. That is an independent clause. And it started raining. That's also an independent clause. But the word but connects these clauses to form a whole idea. Another example is she likes reading. So she spends a lot of time in the library. We can go to park or we can stay home. So unlike the coordinating conjunctions, so we have the subordinating conjunctions. These words is used to connect an independent clause to a subordinate clause, also known as a dependent clause. So here we have two clauses, but the other one is dependent. It cannot stand alone. So example, he arrived late because his car broke down. So without the another clause or so the he arrived late, the first clause is dependent. So but the because word connect it as a whole. So he arrived late because his car broke down. So another is although it was late, so that is an or a dependent clause, they continued working. So this is just a fragment. So through conjunctions, we can connect the independent clause to subordinate clause or dependent clause. The other is Jared booked a train ticket so that he could travel to London on Tuesday. So that is how conjunctions work. It joins words or clauses. And last example of grammatical signals are the pronouns. It avoids repetition. So instead of repeating the same noun, pronouns make sentences smoother. So imagine reading it like this. Maria loves books. Maria reads every night. Maria loves blah blah blah. So when we keep on telling the noun, it became repetitive. So to avoid repetition, we use pronouns as our grammatical signals. So it became Maria loves books. She reads every night. So the cake was delicious. It was made with chocolate and vanilla. So we have to remember how pronouns work. So And those are the examples of grammatical signals. And that's it for our lesson for today. We learned that grammatical signals help clarify meaning, show relationships, improve coherence, and organize ideas. So, by using transition words, punctuation marks, conjunctions, and pronouns, you can make your writing more structured and easier to understand. So if you have any questions or clarifications, you can just message us or just comment it down below. So I hope you found this lesson helpful, and don't forget to practice using grammatical signals in your own writing. So thank you for listening, and see you on our next lesson, which is how we will apply grammatical signals and different patterns of idea development. So see you. Bye.